influencers. Hello and welcome. Welcome to another episode behind the screen business confessions with your girl Anika Cohen. So I am super excited to be having a conversation about specifically for our ladies. This episode is for the ladies, the women entrepreneurs who are making a difference and an impact in your communities. This episode is for you. And so if you are new to this channel, welcome. I am your host. I am your business strategist coach, Anika Cohen. I help and serve leaders in the marketplace to start, build, and grow their business online with clarity, confidence, and strategy. And so I want to welcome you to this podcast, Listen, Behind the Screen Business Confessions, where we are focused on uplifting small business owners, absolutely, who are building through challenges, doubt, and the growing pains. It's our intention to just simply unpack with having the real raw conversations, again, about creating alignment, impact, and income without losing yourself in the process. So welcome. We are here every Sunday at 7 p.m. So you can like, subscribe, and share to another business owner, specifically a lady for this episode, who is making a difference. And so this podcast was created to uplift you, not for you to lose yourself as you are in alignment with purpose. You are in alignment with purpose. And so you cannot lose yourself in the brand. And so that's what I'm talking about today. Listen, our topic for today, I am talking about your brand. You built the brand, but did you lose yourself? Come on here, somebody. You built the brand. You said yes to the vision, and you allowed yourself to be committed and dedicated to the tasks and to the responsibilities that it takes to fulfill this brand. Now it's been established. The brand has been developed. The brand has been created. Come on here, somebody. But did you lose yourself in the process? Or might I add, are you losing yourself and not even aware of it? Are you losing yourself? Yes, the vision, the idea that you were equipped to fulfill is your purpose, but it is not your identity. Come on here, somebody. It is your purpose, but it's not your identity. You do not have to lose yourself in your purpose. You don't have to lose yourself in your purpose. Your purpose is in addition to who you are. It's in addition to who you are and what you do. It's about what you do and what you fulfill, but it's not your identity. And so I want to talk about that. Come on here, somebody. I know that may be difficult for some of you to even adjust and even process the words that I just said. I absolutely said that your identity is not your purpose. Your purpose is what it is that you were called and equipped to do and fulfill while you are here on this earth. But it is not your identity. You are more than the brand. Come on here, somebody. And so you don't want to lose yourself. You don't want to lose who you are and becoming. We're always shifting and transitioning in life. So success can come at a cost of self if you are not intentional. If you are not intentional and you are not in a space of self-awareness and self-mindfulness, being mindful of your thoughts, being mindful of your thoughts that are intrusive or that are attached to something that is unhealthy and does not serve or support you. Come on here, somebody. So we have to understand that success is just that. It's success. You don't want to lose yourself while you are being successful. So let's talk about that, because you may not even know what that looks like. You may not even know what that looks like, what that sounds like. And if you don't know what that looks like or what that sounds like, then absolutely you are to go in cycles and circles. You are going to continue to be in that place of being stagnant, complacent. Come on here, somebody. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the first point. How women lose themselves in entrepreneurship. How women lose themselves in entrepreneurship. I want to just simply break that down to you. How you can lose yourself in you fulfilling purpose. Is that even possible? Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. I will raise both hands. I am absolutely guilty of this. And if you could be honest with yourself, I'm sure you are guilty of this as well. When you're not intentional and you're not self-aware about, again, your intrusive thoughts or your behaviors that are associated with anything outside of you living your life, then we gotta get set boundaries. And you can set boundaries with yourself. You should be able to set boundaries for yourself to keep you in alignment, to keep you accountable, to keep you not being in a position of burnt out, not being in a position of obligation, not being in a position of whatever you have consumed within your thoughts. We want to relinquish that. We want to release that because it does not serve you. Woman entrepreneur, visionary, right? So you built this brand, but did you lose yourself? And that's what we want to get clarity about. How women lose themselves in entrepreneurship. Number one, the focus is the business only. You're only focused on your business. You're only focused on serving your clients. You are only focused on the tasks and the responsibilities that go into the brand being successful. And that has now become your identity. You are no longer allowing yourself time and freedom to do what simply gives you pleasure. You're no longer putting yourself on the calendar outside of your duties and your responsibilities for the business. That is very clear. It's constantly work, 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 work. And here's the thing that I say about work. Work is work. I do not care how you defined it. Work is work, whether it's little work, hard work, easy work. Work is work. Let's not play the technicality games, right? A lot of us in business marketing, we can do that and say, I'm going to share with you these 5 shortcuts. I'm going to share with you these simple, easy steps. At the end of the day, it's still work. Work is work. Whether it's easy, short, simple, okay, it's still work. And so you don't want to allow yourself to be in a position of constantly work, 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 and no pleasure. No self-care, no rest. Come on here, somebody. So if your calendar is constantly filled, come on here, you're booked and you're busy, right? You're constantly showing up at events. You're constantly serving. You're constantly giving back to your communities. Come on here. This is me. All right. You're constantly in a position to serve and support. But where is your life and your happiness? Where are you at on the calendar solely for yourself? Whether it's taking yourself out to lunch, whether it's taking yourself out on a dinner date, right? Whether it's just you being home and present with your family, right? Having a game night, right? Having a girls' day. Come on. Women lose themselves in entrepreneurship and they don't even know it because they're serving and they're serving and they're serving and they're serving and they forgot about themselves. They're having the brunches, they're having the events, they're serving, they're speaking at these events, they're serving, right? They're serving within their homes. Making sure dinner is prepared, making sure the children's homework is done. You're constantly serving your family. You're serving in your career. You're serving in your business. But where are you? Have you given yourself permission to simply be? Have you given yourself permission to simply rest? Your well-being is essential to you being successful in your own right. So you built a brand, but did you lose yourself? Are you losing yourself? And this is the moment where you just simply be honest. We have the real raw conversations, not for embarrassment, but for us to be in alignment and create that balance within our being. Right? So the first point I talked about how women lose themselves in entrepreneurship. I gave you several examples on how we lose ourselves time and time again if we're not intentional. Remember, I said in the beginning, hello, success can come at a cost of losing yourself if you are not intentional. That's why I always say I now thrive in being intentional about everything that I say and do. And it's nothing wrong with being intentional. It's nothing wrong with being strategic on how you want to show up and operate, what time you want to give space to, right? I'm giving time to this space, and then I'm giving time to me unapologetically. I'm serving, right? I'm serving my audience. I'm serving my family. I'm serving in my career, right? If you are new to me, I am a counselor by trade, a therapist by trade. I specialize in anxiety, depression, trauma, PTSD, sexual trauma, in addition to substance abuse, right? Alcoholism. So I definitely understand the cares of life. I understand how the cares of life can definitely interfere with success, interfere with us being a priority of our own well-being, especially if you're in entrepreneurship. If you are in entrepreneurship as a woman, a single mother, right? Even if you are married, it still can be challenging moments, right? And so you got to be intentional about not losing yourself and giving yourself permission to live. Come on here. We give ourselves permission to live, right? We choose to live here in this community. What does that stand for? To be liberated, to be improved daily, might I add, to be vivacious, to be enlightened. Absolutely. We choose to live. Every day you choose to live when you are serving. But you can't forget about yourself. So listen, influencers, don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself. Point number 2, right? You built the brand, but did you lose yourself? We're asking ourselves this question intentionally so that way we could do something different this year. So that way we can show up differently for ourselves without the guilt, right? Without that intrusive thought of, I should be doing something else. No, you should be right where you are. Why isn't that enough? Come on here. So always being on, in quotes, this is point number 2, always being on for clients, family, and responsibilities. Did I not just go into that? How we lose ourselves in entrepreneurship is simply because everything and everyone else is the priority. You come last, and then when it's your turn, you're exhausted, you're burnt out, you're overstimulated. So you continue to serve and serve and serve without putting yourself on the calendar, without rest, without peace, without a sound mind, without any energy. Come on here, somebody. We say no. We say no. We give ourselves permission to say no. I'm going to set out this time and this space for me. Come on here, somebody. So you're always being on go. They call my son Asmir on go. That's one of his nicknames, on go. And I can only imagine why. Even as his mother, I'm always on go. I was always on go, but now I'm on go in a different way. I am able to create the balance for myself to have fun, right? And it's not just always be about servitude in my clients, in my family. No. I'm going to put me on that calendar. Have you watched my journey? I am going to put me on that calendar. That's really something I never really struggled with because I'm going to find time for Anika. I'm going to find time for a vacation, a getaway, a girls trip, even if it's just me and my role. Y'all know her, Candy. If it's just me and she's the roll to my rock. I'm rocking and rolling. That's what we call each other. Okay, we rocking and rolling. She's rolling wherever I'm rocking at. Okay, I don't care. But even if I was by myself, I'm going. I'm going to create time for myself. I really am. And I am going to encourage you to do the same. Choose to escape. Choose to escape. Yes, I am hosting a women's retreat, all inclusive 4-day, 3-night retreat. And I welcome you to the experience to simply be, rest, unwind, right? Unapologetically. So the Women's Escape Retreat is an all-inclusive experience for 10 amazing women who want to say yes and allow themselves the opportunity to simply be. And it would be my pleasure to serve you. It would be my pleasure to serve you because leaders need space for themselves too. Even the strong woman needs space for herself too. You matter. So for those of us who are always on for our clients, our families, and our responsibilities, yes, you might be losing yourself. You might be losing yourself if you have not found the balance and you have not allowed yourself to be intentional with celebrating yourself, celebrating your wins, celebrating your progress along the way. When's the last time you just simply celebrated your last win, right? Something that you was able to accomplish and fulfill within your business. When did you celebrate that? Or did you just, oh, we did a great job, we succeeded, and you moved right on? I'm even encouraging you to just celebrate more of your wins. Celebrate your progress. Celebrate your ability to achieve the things that you have set out to do. And we don't even give ourselves permission to do that. We celebrate it. We may give it an acknowledgement on social media for the likes and the shares and the hearts, right? And then we move on. Why can't we always celebrate and celebrate as often as needed? To let it be your reminder. Let it be something that gives you fuel. Let it be something that motivates you, right? To step away. You deserve this time to step away, whether it's for a weekend, whether it's simply for the evening, whether it's for the day. We are overthinking when it comes to self-care and love. And we're not allowing ourselves the permission to simply be as we build and create living legacy in our lives. We don't have to lose ourselves in the process, but it is happening. It is happening. And I wanted to shed light on it. I don't want us to lose ourselves, ladies. I don't want you to lose who you are and becoming. There's so much more to you than the entrepreneur. That's just an extension of your abilities and what you've been equipped to fulfill. That's just an extension of your gifts and your talents. But there's so much more to who you actually are and what you like to do in this world outside of your servitude. So let's move right along. Point number 3. Listen, did you lose yourself? So the silent burnt out no one talks about. Woo! The silent burnt out that no one talks about. I definitely wanted to allow myself a little time to really talk about the burnt out. Absolutely. Because I want you to be able to assess and see where you may fall in line. Are you burnt out? Are you burnt out? Are you burnt out? Let's talk about it. Okay. Are you running on empty? Is your tank empty? But yet you are still moving right along. You are still serving your clients. You're still serving in your capacity. You're still fulfilling your responsibilities, right? You're still tending to the family and friends, right? But are you running on empty? So there's a difference between being tired and being completely drained. And a lot of women do not realize they're running on empty because they've learned how to keep moving. They've learned how to keep moving. I'll raise my hand. I learned, I adapted, I conditioned myself to normalize me being on go, right? I normalized that. So now I can't even tell the difference between being tired, being exhausted, being overstimulated, because it's all the same. And I only give myself permission to continue to move forward. I don't give myself permission to pause, rest, step away. Come on here, somebody. We choose to live. So you're always busy. You're always busy, but you're never fulfilled. That is a clear sign that you are burnt out. Your days are full. Your schedule is packed. Come on here. But by the end of it all, you still feel like something is missing. You're producing, but you feel like something is missing. Come on here. You're producing. Your schedule is booked and busy. You're paid. Come on here. But you're not feeling connected to what you're doing anymore. There's a disconnect. You have disassociated yourself. You're now operating from exhaustion, frustration. So that is a very clear point that you are empty. You are burnt out and you need to pause, stop, step away. Pick a word that feels safe for you, because words do matter, right? Hello, this is the second point that you may be burnt out. You feel irritated or emotionally exhausted. That is real. Emotionally exhausted. There's a lot of emotional exhausted individuals in today's world. We are what they say, tapped out. You are tapped out. Right? Little things start to overwhelm you. Little tasks that you can simply do are starting to overwhelm you. You're more easily frustrated. Come on, somebody just may say something and you just completely go off. You're more sensitive, right? You're more drained. Not because you're too emotional, but because you haven't had space to rest. You haven't allowed yourself the space to rest mentally and emotionally. When you are mentally and emotionally exhausted and drained, you cannot properly function. You are not present. And that is a true fact. You are not present. So give yourself permission to rest. Give yourself permission, the space to simply reset. Don't you think we need to reset and rejuvenate? Right? Be renewed. Come on here, somebody. We have to renew our minds daily. So what more for your being? What more for your being? Give yourself permission to step away. Give yourself permission to pause. Come on here, somebody. Here, and here's my last thing I'm gonna leave you with. This is a sign that you are burnt out, that you are on empty. Come on. Because it's the silent burnt out that I'm referencing. Most of us don't even know we're burnt out because, again, we have normalized those emotions. They've become a part of your routine. Come on, because you don't know the difference between being tired and drained anymore. You have allowed them to align together. And now you're putt-putting. You're putt-putting and don't even realize you're putt-putting. Help us. So, come on, give yourself permission to step away, to pause, to regroup, to rejuvenate, to renew yourself. Hey, come on. There's a lot of, give yourself permission. So rest doesn't feel like rest anymore. My God. Rest doesn't even feel like rest anymore. You know how you maybe went and took a nap? You went and got some rest and laid down and you woke up still feeling exhausted, still feeling like you were overstimulated. Why? Because your subconscious, your mind is at war. That's what I call that. Your mind is at war. Even in your subconscious, when you should be able to rest and sleep, it's going. It's going because you haven't allowed yourself to rest often. Yes, yes. So even when you take a break, you're still thinking about what needs to get done when you're supposed to be resting. So your mind is never shutting down. So your body may pause. Come on here, somebody, but your spirit is still working. Burnt out. Burnt out. Burnt out. Burnt out. Burnt out. Let's just make a song of it, okay? At this point, let's just make a song. Okay, you're burnt out. All right, and those are just 3 points. I have plenty more. All right, but those are just 3 clear signs that you are running on empty. And you got to learn the difference between being tired and drained. When you are in the capacity of being drained, you have allowed yourself to intertwine all of your emotions. And you kept going when you should have rested. So give yourself permission to rest. You put yourself last for too long. You put yourself last for too long. You show up for everyone else, clients included, family included, responsibilities included. You a bad chick. Oh, yeah, you a bad chick. I know you are, but it's time to escape. You a bad chick, but it's time to escape. It's time to put you on the calendar and reset, rest, realign. Absolutely. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. You keep saying I'll do it later. You keep saying I'll get to it. Come on here, somebody. You keep saying I'll do it later. I'll get to it later. You keep pushing it further and further away. I know you celebrate your birthday, you celebrate your anniversary, you celebrate the different milestones, but that's it. And you're still not present for that. Hallelujah. And you're still not present for that. That's enough with the claps. Ooh, it's coming very often. So, right? Just simply hold. Hold. Get away. Because you're burnt out. You're burnt out. So I'm going to welcome you to the Women's Escape Retreat. Why don't you go on and bring your bestie, bring your assistant. How about y'all both get away? All right. Meet us in Dallas, Texas. It's going down October the 16th through the 19th. Again, this is an amazing, all-inclusive experience. 4 days, 3 nights. Our Women's Escape Retreat. And again, this is for you. It's for the woman who serves and supports everyone else but herself. And I want to give you permission to join us. To join us and simply be. This will be an unforgettable experience. This will be an unforgettable experience for you to simply be and self-discover who you are becoming. Come on here, somebody. So, all right, you're burnt out. You discovered that. Now what? Right? Now what? You discovered that. Now what? Okay? Do something different. Now that you have the discovery, now that you are owning your truth, do something different. What are you going to do differently? How are you going to now set time and space for your well-being, for yourself? Outside of your birthday, outside of your anniversary, come on here, somebody. Outside of your things that you normally do every year and still aren't present, you're going to start to do this how often? I don't care if you allow this to be a routine, right? Maybe once a month, you do a getaway. Or, once a week, you set out a day or you set out an evening where you're simply not answering calls. Be creative in how you protect your well-being. Be creative in how you put boundaries in place for yourself. It's very important. All right. So the silent burnt out no one talks about. There you have it. There you have it. Now, my last point for you on today. Listen, I want to talk about the difference between being productive and being present. I want to talk about the difference between the two, because we're talking about, did you lose yourself? I'm asking you a question, and I want you to gain clarity and awareness in this moment, not out of any embarrassment or shame, but how to improve. Come on here. Remember, because we choose to live. So we choose to be liberated, improve daily, be vivacious and enlightened. So that's us being intentional. Come on here. We choose to be intentional. So we're choosing to live. So we have to know the difference between being productive versus being present. In our business, in our roles, in our responsibilities, come on here, somebody, we are definitely, we're definitely productive, right? We're definitely productive. But being present is a totally different thing. And I want to talk about that. Okay. So the difference between being productive and, the difference between being productive versus being present. Being productive, let's start there. Like I said, it was a very simple statement, but very powerful. You're productive in your tasks and your responsibilities within your business. You are productive within your tasks and your responsibilities within your family, right? Those are tasks and responsibilities that go into being productive, because you are fulfilling these assignments, you're completing them, right? Which makes you productive. Come on here, somebody, follow me. So being productive means you're constantly doing, right? House chores, cooking, paying the bills. Come on here, somebody. You're constantly doing something, running errands, right? Working on different projects, okay? Email campaigns, calling back clients, doing your one-on-ones, whatever your industry is, you're constantly doing. So therefore, you're being productive, checking things off the list, right? Responding to the emails, right? Building, creating, managing. Again, movement, non-stop. You are constantly being productive. I think I broke that down. Now let's versus being present. I'm so excited about this because it's a game changer. Being productive. That's something completely different. Being present is something completely different. Being present means you're fully in the moment. You are fully in the moment without distraction. Without distraction. Come on here, somebody. You're fully in the moment. Not thinking about your next task, not thinking about what you got to do tomorrow, not thinking about all the tasks, the responsibilities. Come on here. You're not thinking about those things. You are in the here and now, and you are fully invested. You're fully in the moment. You're not rushing. Come on here. I got to get to this place, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. You're not checking off the list. You're not in no rush. You don't have nowhere else to be. You're right where you're supposed to be. Come on here. So you're not rushing to the next responsibility, but actually experiencing your life as it is happening. You are experiencing your life as it is happening. As it is happening. And I like to reference one of the spaces that I am present in. regardless of what's going on around me before I got there, when I got to leave there. I've learned to be present in the presence of the Most High. I have learned to be present. That's a place where I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm here. I'm naked and unashamed. I'm unapologetic in my worship because I know who sustains me. I know who keeps me. I know who protects me. So I owe him everything that I have in that moment. So I'm present. And I'm not allowing my cares of life or what I do not have, what I wish to have, to be at the forefront of my mind. I will think about that later. My thoughts and my attention is to him. My thoughts and my attention is to just simply be and to receive his word, to receive his guidance and instruction on whatever he has for me. So I'm present in the sanctuary. Oh, I'm present in the assembly. I'm present. That's one place I'm present. I'm also present in prayer, in my time of prayer. Again, that's my worship. So I'm praying and I'm thanking him. So I'm present. Another place I'm present is when I get away. When I'm on my getaways, when I am in my getaways, for me, myself, and I, if I don't get no calls from any of my children, they're not even in my thoughts. And I know that may sound harsh, but I'm not thinking about them. My children are adults. They live in their life. I'm living mine. Okay. But if they don't call me, they don't need me, but they know exactly where I'm at. And it's only emergency purposes. If it's not emergency, do not call me on my getaway. That's my time to be. I want to be fully present. What's going on where I'm at. And whether that's just me, look, sleeping by the water, right? Not every getaway has to be you doing something extravagant. Honey, some getaways are just me being locked in a hotel to just simply get away. A different environment, a different scenery, right? In the jacuzzi, right? It's just me just simply being. Maybe trying some new food in the restaurant. Not going nowhere, not doing nothing. Don't overthink this, y'all. Don't overthink it. Let's get back to living. Let's get back to being present. I want you to choose to live. So yes, the distinction here is productivity fills your schedule. It fills your calendar, again, because you're in servitude. You're in servitude. But presence fills your soul. And I want my soul to be filled. Fill your soul. Fill your spirit. Absolutely. Because here's the thing. You can be productive and still feel empty. Come on. Did I go there? I did. I went there. Absolutely. I went there because you can be productive and still empty. These are women who accomplish everything on their to-do list. Come on. You are very successful. You're doing it. You're doing it. Come on. You're doing the darn thing. Remember, you a bad chick, right? But you still go to bed feeling disconnected. Why? Because you were never truly there. You weren't present. You were just doing what you do best. Again, your gifts and your talents. This is what you're good at. This is your expertise. So it's going to come natural at some point. So your productivity is great, but you could still be, again, not present and empty, burnt out. Come on here. So your presence requires you to slow down. You being present requires you to simply slow down and to be. What is wrong with that? Some of us, that's the issue. That's the core issue, is that you do not want to slow down. And you slowing down, you feel as though you're unproductive or you're not relevant. What's going on there? Come on. What's going on there? Be real about that. Because being present requires stillness. It requires awareness. It requires us to be intentional with how we pause and how we step away, how we even show up. So, because you're always being on, it was going to feel unfamiliar. It's going to feel unfamiliar for you when you're still and you're quiet. And I say that a lot, get still, get quiet, because it's important. There's revelation there. There's insight there. There's things that you may have overlooked because you're on. You're on. Remember our quotations. You're on, but you're not present. You're productive, but you're not present. So there has to be a balance of the two. There has to be a balance of the two. So I know I set somebody free. Receive your freedom. Come on, receive it and choose to live. Choose to be liberated, improve daily, be vivacious and enlightened. All right, ladies. So listen. The woman behind the brand. Learning to choose herself again. I love it. I love it for you. You are learning to choose yourself again. And I love this for you. Because you built the brand. Come on. But I don't want you to lose yourself. So if you found yourself anywhere within this episode, come on. Come on and sign up. Just come on and sign up. Just come on and sign up. Just come on and sign up. Be a part of the Women's Escape All-Inclusive Retreat. Meet us in Dallas, Texas, October the 16th through the 19th. This will be an amazing, unforgettable experience. And it is my pleasure to serve you. It is my pleasure to serve and support you on your journey. So the link is in the caption. Go on and click the link if you want more information, if you want to know what it is all about. But it's definitely going to be a great experience. For sure, you need to know we have some great excursions lined up. We have a private chef. We have just amazing excursions planned, self-discovery workshops. So we are definitely going to be serving and supporting you and making this an experience that will be unforgettable. And I'm looking forward to meeting you, to connecting with you. So again, the link to the Women's Escape Retreat, all-inclusive retreat, 4-day, 3-night will be, please put that banner back up, please. The Women's Escape Retreat, again, all-inclusive experience, 4-day, 3-night. All right. So listen, you have the information here. It is in the caption below, so you can click on the link there. And as always, listen, influencers, I want to hear from you. So I want to hear from you. Where did you connect? Where did you recognize your breakthrough? Where you need to break through, right? Where did you connect? Where did you connect today? Were you able to identify how you're losing yourself, right? Are you connecting with the woman that's always being on, in our quotations, right? Are you connected with the woman that is burnt out silently, right? Where did you connect? Or are you always being productive and not present? Where did you fall in line? That's very important. Which one did you connect to? And what are you going to begin to do differently to change that narrative, to improve in that area? Because you do not have to lose yourself in entrepreneurship. Success is success. The brand is the brand, right? But you don't have to lose yourself and allow the brand to become your identity. It's your purpose for sure, but it is not your identity. Choose to live, influencers. Choose to live.